Okay, so I'm starting off with fresh, clean hair. The first step is to decide where you want your part to be. I decided to do a side part. I wanted some kind of like a deep part. So that's just basically what I'm doing, trying to see exactly where I want my part to be. Because wherever you part it, of course, that's where your part will be at. You could do a middle part. You could do the opposite side part. Whatever to your liking, that's just what I wanted to do. So that's the first step. And then once you decided where you want your part to be, you're then going to you're going to section out some hair for your leave out. You want to make sure that you do have enough to be able to cover the tracks up. And once you have a section of your leave out, for example, my leave out is that piece that I haven't braided yet, the part that I haven't braided. Also, you want to leave some hair out on the side as well. The side that is going to be at the part, you want to leave some of that hair out as well, because like I said, you do want to hide the tracks. Then you're just going to braid your hair down. It doesn't matter what way you braid your hair down, as long as it is braided down like small. You do have smaller braids, because bigger braids do tend to be a lot more lumpier and not really tight. So the smaller your braids are, the tighter they are. This is a quick weave, so you don't want your hair to be lumpy and stuff. So that's just basically what I'm doing. I decided to braid my hair straight down because that's just the easiest for me. So whatever's to your liking, that's what you do. And so once you get done braiding the part that's going to be covered with tracks, you're then going to get that section of leave out hair, and you're going to braid that separately from the other braids, because you don't want the leave out hair to be in the way when you are gluing the tracks on. So I'm just going to braid that downwards, and that's just going to be separate from the other braids. And also I'm going to braid that little section of hair that I talked about earlier. I'm just going to do a single individual braid for that one. So once everything is braided down, that is how your braid should look. Very neat, very tight, and very small. So now I'm going to take some wig caps. You do want to use black wig caps. I got a pack that comes with two, and I'm going to be using both wig caps, because that way you don't have to worry about glue getting on your actual hair when you take this hairstyle down. So I'm going to put the first one on first, and then I'm going to put the second one on top of it. And so once you get done putting the wig caps on, you're then going to take your Got To Be glue spray. And I'm just going to spray this on top of the wig caps. Therefore, you don't have to worry about the wig cap lifting up even when you do apply the tracks. It keeps the wig cap to be stuck to your head. This is if you don't know how to sew. Like I don't know how to sew, for example. So instead of me sewing down the wig caps to my head to allow the hairstyle to be a lot more secure, I just decided to spray down with the Got To Be spray. So the hair I'm going to be using today is the brand Shake and Go. It is their body wave texture. And I've had this hair for about 2 years now because it was left over from a red wig that I tried a couple of years ago. So I just decided to do it. I do have the inches 24 and 18. That is way too long for a bob, of course. But I decided to cut it, and you guys are going to see later on in the video. But it is some good hair, y'all. I used this hair in my straight Genie ponytail video that I did, and also my half up, half down video that I did as well. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to leave it down in the description box below. Really good hair. It's literally only $9.99, $8.99 a pack, depending on the length that you do get. Extremely good. It ain't like high price quality hair, but it's perfect for like quick weaves and stuff like that, like how I'm doing in this video. So I definitely recommend it. I leave down the information of the hair in the description box below as well. But basically what I'm just going to be doing is measuring where, you know, how much track I want to use. We're going to start off with the back first, then you're going to make your way up to the side. And with this hair, y'all, it's so extremely, like I said, it's really good. And it doesn't really shed at all either. One thing about it, like, it's really soft, but also it is very thick, like coursey, if that makes sense. It's not a bad type of thick. It's a type of thick that you would want your bob to be. Y'all gonna see how my bob is looking in the end. Like, it didn't look thin or nothing. Like, this hair, I definitely recommend for something like a bob or something that you're not really gonna have in for too long, because it's synthetic. It's not gonna last months like not natural, but real human virgin hair will last. And so I just basically did some more off camera. This is the second bundle. I did use a total of 2.5 bundles. I honestly really only needed 2, but I really wanted my bob to be really full. So I definitely recommend about 2, depending on your head size or however you want your bob to be. This is the second bundle, and I'm just basically, as y'all see, the pattern of how I'm laying the tracks down. Like the side that's gonna be like my bang, you want to curve that up, because if you don't make those tracks curvy, then you're not going to have hair in your face, and that's what you want for a side part bob. At least that's what I was going for, more like a deep bang. So just look at what I'm doing. It's really kind of hard to explain as me saying it, but it looks and it sounds easier. It looks easier as you guys see me actually doing it. All right, so this is just like the layout or how I am laying my tracks down. You do not want to lay them straight across. Do not glue them straight across, you guys. Make sure that you are curving it. Therefore, when you get done, you will have some bang in your eyes for a side part. You have to make sure that you're curving your tracks. If you don't, it's gonna come out wrong. So once you glue down all of your tracks, you will have a little bit of wig cap showing, and that's because that's where your leave out is. So basically with that, you just want to cut it with some scissors because your leave out is under that. So that's just basically what I'm doing right there. And you will have leftover wig cap in the front and also some in the back as well. Not much, but you will have some left over. So wherever you see leftover wig cap, like visible wig cap, you do want to cut that because it's black and you don't want that to be showing in your final product. So you do want to make sure that you do cut as much as you can. And so once you have cut the rest of that wig cap off, now I'm basically just going to perfect my part a little bit. Y'all, I did dye my hair, try to dye burgundy, but it didn't really go through as planned. So it is a little darker than my hair, but the ending I was able to finagle. I was able to work it out. So that's all that matters, but it did still work, you know, pretty fine or whatever. So that's just basically what I'm doing, trying to perfect it, make sure that you are covering your tracks up, because you don't need your tracks to be showing. Okay, period. So now I'm going to take some heat protectant spray. Heat protectant spray is a good product to use for when you flat on your hair and stuff like that. I'm natural, so it can be very, very hard for my hair to stay flat ironed and straight. So heat protectant spray really works for me. I'm just going to spray it on my leave out so for it to blend with the hair. I will make sure to include pictures of the products that I'm using off to the side, and also I'll make sure to leave everything down in the description box below as well if y'all are interested in the certain products that I do use in this video. So now I'm going to take some Shiny Gem Extra Hold, and I'm just going to put that on my other roots of my leave out because I want it to be slayed. I want it to be laid. No flyaways detachable, like, period. That's just how I want my stuff to be. So I'm going to take some jam, and I'm just kind of going to lay my edges a little bit. Briefly lay my edges with the Shiny Jam. And then I'm going to take my edge control. Y'all, this is the best edge control for me. Edge Tamer, 24-hour Edge Tamer, Ebin, the best edge control, y'all. But use whatever edge control y'all like. This is just what I like to use. So I'm just going to do that. And I'm just going to put that at the roots of my leave out as well. And also going to kind of lay my edges. I don't want to do too much with my edges. I want it to look pretty natural or whatever. So, yeah, I just did a little swoop or whatever. A little swoop. But nah, then I'm just going to use my edge brush as well. And I did want my hair to be tucked behind my ears on one side because I feel like it kind of give me more of like a classier look, and that's what I was going for with my bob. And then after I get done doing that, I'm just going to brush it because it's synthetic, so it can be easy to tangle, especially how long it is. So I'm just going to brush it. Then once it's brushed and pretty much easy to manage, I just basically I divided my hair into three parts. I did one on one side, and then I'm just going to cut it. Yeah, I couldn't cut it too short because my leave out was pretty long, so I didn't want to cut my real hair. So I just had to cut it at a good length. So that's just how I'm cutting it, literally straight across. I decided to do a blunt cut, so well, it was like a blunt asymmetrical cut. So all of it was the same length except for the bang part. That's the only part that was pretty long. So yeah, that's y'all see me doing it. Y'all, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's easier to be said. It's easy. No, it's easier to be done than said. And so when you get to that third section, which is supposed to be the longer part, the longer part, you want to do it slanted. Start from the front and just cut up, cut up so that it can be a perfect slope. You want it to be sloped down. You want it to be sloped down. You want it to be as straight and blunt as possible. That was just the easiest way for me to be able to do it. Sorry, I really couldn't get a good frame. I thought I was in frame, but the whole time I really wasn't. But literally, really easy. This was my first time doing the bob, and it was extremely easy for me. You just gotta really put your mind to it. But once I got done, that's just basically how I look. Now I did go back later and perfect the cut, but this is just like a layout of it. And then I'm just going to flatten the hair, and I'm going to be using that heat protecting spray again so that it can really be, really flat and no flyaways at all. So that's just basically what I'm doing now. This is, like I said before, this is synthetic hair. So when I was flat ironing my hair, I made sure to put it on 300 degrees instead of like 400 and 420 and stuff, because it will burn. It will burn. It will get stuck to the flat iron if you do that. So 300 or 320 is the highest that you want to go if you decide to use this hair for your bob. And also, when you are flat ironing your hair, you don't want to just go straight down. You do want to give the hair a little bump under, not too much like the little granny bumps or the little Sunday church bumps. No, you don't want to do that. You want to bump it just a little bit, because when you're flat ironing, it's going to give it a natural bump anyways. So don't put too much effort and too much thought into the bump under. Just kind of slightly do it. And so once I flat ironed the hair, I did see a little bit, extra hair or whatever, like uneven hair. So I just decided to cut that to make it a lot more sharp and even. Once you flat iron your hair, you are going to see that it's more hair to be cut. So that's just basically what I'm doing right there. And then I'm just going to put a scarf on my head so that it can actually lay down. Like my leave out can actually be pretty flat and stuff. And I'm just going to take some mousse. This is the Lotta Body mousse. And I'm just going to put that on the ends of my hair. and just rub it through it. Don't put too much because you don't want it to be hard and stiff, but just enough for you to be able to group all of the hair together and it don't be, stringy or nothing. Then I'm just going to take my flat iron again, and I'm just going to kind of pretty much freshen that bump up a little more. Baby, it's the bar for me. It's the bar for me. You see you out there bopping freely. Stiff aware. Ooh, stiff aware. Nah, but for real, y'all, this bob is so freaking fire. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I really killed this. For this be my first time, like, this young is really fire. But nah, I really do love how this came out. I enjoyed doing this video. I really did enjoy doing this hairstyle as well. It was very, very easy, very, very quick and simple. Really wasn't much to it. If y'all like how this hairstyle came out, make sure to leave a like on this video and also leave that down in the comment box below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn your post notifications so that y'all never miss any more uploads like this, because I'm coming through with more heat. And that's just that on that. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning in.